Don't you hate it when somebody copies your moves in a game of chess? Well, instead of hating it, maybe you should learn what to do about it. So let's look at this opening. We start out e4, e5, our normal moves, knight f3, and then our opponent copies our moves with knight to f6. Now, depends on what they do from here, but this is called Petrov's defense. But if they were just copying you, then we really call it the copycat defense. We can't really say that's what Petrov intended when he invented this opening, or when he would play it a lot and they named it after him. It's kind of like me saying that this drum is a real drum when it's actually just a reminder of some good friends I have in Uganda. In any case, let's go ahead and have a look, because we all know that it's not fun to have somebody copy us. So here we are at the chessboard, e4, e5, knight f3, and now instead of guarding their king's pawn with the usual move, knight to c6 to protect it, instead they're going to play knight f6 and just copy your moves. At this point, it depends on who you're playing. What is your plan from here? In the next level videos, we're going to check out some different plans that white might have. But against a player who you suspect might be copying you, this is a good choice. Capture the pawn. A stronger player might, at this point, know Petrov's defense and play d6. You just move your knight back and play chess from there. But against somebody who's truly copying your moves, they're going to play knight takes e4. They've copied you. Now here you think, wait a second. With both of those e-pawns gone, the e-file is wide open. I should take advantage of that. Some players might at first think that the correct move is queen to f3, threatening the knight and threatening to take at f7 for checkmate. But black can simply defend by moving the knight right back. That didn't work at all. You didn't gain anything. Now your queen's out too early too. So instead, let's take advantage of that open e-file and play queen to e2. Now we have an X-ray attack onto black's king. When they move the knight, something like knight f6, when we move our knight now, it's going to open up a discovered check. Discovered check is when you move one piece and it opens a check from the piece that's lined up behind it. So the queen is not going to be moving, but she's going to be the one that says a check. So if we moved our knight back here, for example, to g4, can the black knight capture us? No. Black has to worry about the check. But let's get something out of this. Hey, I see a good move. Knight to g6. That way they're in check. Their pawns can't take our knight. They have to get out of check, and then we get to take the rook. But, like my dad said, and Emanuel Lasker said before him, when you see a good move, look for a better one. So instead of winning the rook, let's go after the queen. And by the way, you can't play knight takes f7 check, because then they'll capture your knight and get out of check at the same time. So perhaps you figured it out by now. Knight to c6. Discovered check. But I don't want to end the story there, because there's one thing you have to be careful about. They're in check. They probably block with the bishop. You take their queen. Yay! But now their king captures, and a couple moves later, suddenly your opponent has a threat. Also along that e-file. And if you don't answer it the correct way, play bishop g5 for example, then you're in trouble. This check from the bishop opens up a discovered attack along the e-file, and you're losing your queen also. Now let's go back a few moves, because what if you come out here, queen e2, and your opponent decides to defend the knight? Now you want to get that e-file open, so chase that knight away, and if they don't run and play bishop check, well, now they have two pieces under attack. They might retreat to attack your knight. Your knight is okay. You want to move it and save your knight. Their knight's still going to be in trouble because it's pinned to the king. They can't run away because of the pin, and next move you play pawn takes knight. And of course, if they didn't play the check with the bishop and just moved their knight back anywhere, now you have the discovery that wins their queen. All right, that's it for Petrov's defense, or I guess we should say the copycat defense. I'll check you later.